Alright, now 4 weeks ago, a month ago, everyone was writing off the Texans and the Jags are back. They're real. And holy fuck, what a difference 4 weeks can make. Because, I always had a feeling, because I loved the Texans before the season, but even when they were 0-3, I was like, man, like, they're, I still think they're that good. They've won four in a row. And the difference between the Jags and the Texans, in my opinion, I think they both have just as good defenses at this point. Both elite defenses that can do everything, get to the quarterback, stop the run, turn the ball over. And the difference between the Texans and the Jags is if the Jags are up in a game, they're chilling. They can do whatever the fuck they want, especially when they have Leonard Fournette. They can run the ball, conserve that lead, but the Texans, they can come from behind. That's the only difference, and I think that that's huge. I think that if you can't come from behind, you can't win a fucking Super Bowl. We saw it last year. They were up, 20-7 or some shit in the fourth quarter. Lost the game. The Texans, they can sling that shit, especially with Deshaun. And, Bortles had a really good start to the year, and I don't see it at this point. I don't think it's the same team. And, someone, I forget who it was, brought up a great point that when the Jaguars are the hunters, they're terrific. They're unbelievable. But when they're the hunted, there's something about them. They're just different. When the Jags are favored in a huge game, they usually crumble. And when they're going into Pittsburgh twice in 1 year, they beat them twice. They put on a great show in New England. And then when they're supposed to beat the Bills in the playoffs, they win by I don't even know. I forget the score of that game, but it was a shit show. So, yeah. There's just too many holes. There's too many inconsistencies with the Jags. I don't think they're a playoff team anymore. And honestly, it's mainly just Blake Bortles. This guy sucks. He was having a good start to the year, and I was kind of hopping on the Bortles train, but holy fuck, this guy sucks. This guy's really, really, really bad. And one thing I did remember thinking about before the season about why the Jags could finish last in the division, because they have the worst quarterback in the division. Mariota's pretty fucking awful now, too, but Bortles is worse. And if you're the Texans, you're such a complete team. You've got a quarterback. You don't have an O-line, but you've got a defense. You've got a head coach. I think they're going to win that division. And I don't know if there's going to be another team in the division that has a winning record. The Colts suck. The Jags have no quarterback, and the Titans just suck also. So, yeah, that's basically it. It's one of those one-hit wonder teams, and the Eagles could both be one-hit wonder teams, and the Vikings. There's a lot of them this year, and yeah, we forget about the fact that you need a quarterback to win in this league. Even if you have every other position you could possibly want, if you're the Jags, you trade everything every draft pick that you can find for a quarterback in this next draft. That's what I would do. You get him on that, cheap deal, and a few years from now when he's developed, you still have all those boys, and you can win a Super Bowl.